Hello, hello. Okay, today I am going to make another wax melt bouquet. I'm going to also tell you about the supplements I'm taking and how my 75 reset is going. So as I do this, I need to change the angle possibly to come down so you can see what I'm doing in this container. These are super cute. I believe I got them from Candle Science. I'm not sure, but it's a candle container, but they showed it with these little floral foams fit perfectly in it. All you have to do is measure, and Amazon has the floral foams. They fit perfectly down there, no cutting, no anything. And I have made several little flowers, wax melt flowers, and I also have my dried baby's breath, my eucalyptus to go inside of it. So let me angle the camera down. I'm going to pause it. It's hard to see my face and angle. It's so high. So you can see my face and angle. I'm angling the the camera down. So what I'm drinking right now, so 75 reset. I was trying to do 75 hard. I injured my back, unfortunately. I have not done one of these videos in a long time. And by the way, I do not prep for them. I don't change for them. I don't put makeup on for them. Because if I had to do all of that, I would never make a video. And I do have I think I have 50 followers or subscribers. Maybe. I'm not sure if I have that many. Actually, now that I said that out loud, but hey, maybe 50 people are watching me. I have no idea. But hopefully what I say helps some of you. I'm not perfect, but I hope what I say is encouraging. I hope this channel, which is called This, That, and the Other, whether you're into crafting or candle making or bouquet making, wax melt bouquet making, or you're trying to improve your health and fitness, I hope that this encourages you a little bit. I had a really rough, I don't remember if I've even shared this on this channel. I've shared it on Instagram, I think, but I had a really rough few months, and that's okay, which it kind of led me down a road that I'm not used to. I haven't had a time that I did not exercise consistently and eat pretty well. I was on the road a lot. I exercised maybe twice a week, and I had been in the past I was walking every single day, no matter what, rain, sleet, snow, whatever. I was walking, trying to find a time to walk because it's so great for my mental health and physical health. So I had such a high anxiety 3 or 4 months. I have no idea. When walking is so good for those times, for those anxious times, it helps alleviate that so much. I know I did the exact opposite. I chose not to do those things, but also I was busy. I was on the road a lot on the weekends, which led to you can still eat pretty healthy on the road, but it's not your normal eating. I mean, let's face it, if you're used to cooking at home, you're eating out and you're having to make choices and possibly not the best choices. It just led to 3 or 4 months of just not myself. So my 75, I was trying to do 75 hard, which I've done in the past. And on its face, like if you were to look at every single element in 75 hard, which are called the non-negotiables. Yes, I did talk about the 5 non-negotiables here. It's really not bad. You might go, oh, I did that yesterday. I did that. But it's about doing it 75 days straight and not stopping. And that's the hard part, because you're having to navigate whether you have events or going out of town, and you're having to navigate that and still get your 2 workouts in a day. Well, unfortunately, the first few days, I didn't injure my back. I wouldn't call it an injury. It's something I've had before. It's just a tightness I get. This tightness and muscle spasm leads to not moving very well, not even walking very well. So I kept pushing it for about a week or 2. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to change this I want to commit to 75 days. And I think my dog is barking in the background. No, he is barking in the background. I think you can hear him. Sorry. So I want to commit to 75 days. So I didn't want to start over on 75 hard, but I wanted to commit to 75 days because I was in the mindset of a reset. So what I did is just take care of my back. So every day I did back health, and I'm going to pause this because my dog is barking probably at a squirrel. Also pause. Okay, I'm back. So he might bark again, so I'll just have to pause it again, and my camera kind of turned a little bit, so sorry. So I wanted to still commit. So I took care of my back for several days. So I didn't stop exercising necessarily, but it looked different. And with 75 hard, you have to do it twice a day. And I just couldn't do back health for an hour and a half a day, but I did do it for a good 20 to 30 minutes a day until it started feeling better. I didn't tell you, it took a long time. And I had to succumb to actually taking an I was taking anti-inflammatory, but a muscle relaxer. And wow, I should have taken that from the beginning. I don't like to take medicine, but that actually, it was something that was prescribed to me the year before. And that just alleviated all pain, and that's what I needed, just something to relieve those tight muscles and spasm I was having in my back. So long story short, I'm still doing it. I'm still doing my 75 reset. I'm following the Mediterranean diet, and I'm exercising every day, and I'm reading, and I'm drinking my water. Within this water, by the way, and let me see, I don't know, some people are so good at multitasking. They are talking, and they are doing a wax melt bouquet. I don't know if I don't think I can do that. Well, I might just separate this out. So I want to tell you what's in my water. So I have actually consulted AI, which I don't like consulting on everything, but it is helpful. So I'm taking something called Novos. It is the Longevity Energy Skin and Cognition blend. And it's a sachet that looks like this that you put in your water. And I did want some powder to put in my water because it's so easy, but I'm telling you, this is potent. I can only do, I haven't been very consistent, to be honest. I've been doing it every other day because I can only, this flavor I chose, which is passion, I think it's passion fruit, tropical passion flavor. It is potent. I could only put half in 32 ounces. I could not even stomach the whole thing. It was so strong. So if I do half, I can, and I'm getting an orange flavor next time. Let's see if I like that a little bit better. But what is in this, it actually blends perfectly with my age mate, because I asked AI so that I wouldn't be taking double the amount of something or paying for something that I don't need because it's in this blend and so forth. So it said that it complemented perfectly. So this is a longevity blend, and it does have, I'm not going to name all the ingredients, I'm just going to name a few of them. Glycine, which is you find in blueberries. It also has malate and calcium alpha ketoglutarate, which is good for your energy and metabolism. And it has glucosamine sulfate and rhodiola rosea root extract. All of these are all supposed to be good for longevity. It's supposed to be good to get rid of those zombie cells that are sort of those dead cells. It's good for inflammation. So with Age Mate, it has a great blend of some other things in it that complement this. So I'm taking Age Mate and Novos and for my longevity blend. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, and I'm going to take a sip because I need to drink my water. Okay, now let me see if I can put this in a spot where you guys can see it. I'm going to make, I have some wax melt flowers that I'm going to make another wax melt bouquet, and I want to decide if I'm going to do a blend of white. I might just do pink and then darker pink. So, oh, these smell so good. So this is a little bit tall, so I may cut this. These are my little, I don't know, wire cutters, I guess. I'm gonna cut that so that that's not so tall, because if it's tall, those stems really show. Oh no. Look what happened. I cut that and it was too much force on that. So there goes that one. I just do not like when that happens. And since my dog is here, sorry, I have to grab what fell on the floor or he's gonna grab it. So let me pause this. Well, I'm kind of bummed about that because these take a long time to make. Sometimes it takes me all day to make some of these. So I am sort of bummed that broke in half. Darn, if you can see. So what I'll do is, for those that, they really are not the easiest to make for me, I do not spray the silicone spray. I don't want that in the air, and I feel like that I'm trying to stay with my natural brand, so I don't want to do anything unnatural. I don't know if that is unnatural necessarily. It would make things a whole lot easier for sure. Taking these out of the molds is what I'm talking about. It's very difficult. It takes me a long time. But what I'll do with this is I'll just melt it again and then put it inside so that I don't lose any of this flour. I'll melt this, take the stem out, which is the wooden dowel, and put it back in the same mold, and I will not lose anything. I do not like losing anything because it takes so long to make. So I am gonna mix them a little bit with smaller ones and larger ones, and the pink and the darker pink within, let's see, I might do every other one. We'll see how this works here. And then within this, to make it fuller, I always put the baby's breath, and I'll show you that in just a second as well. So let me get a bigger flower, not that one. Actually, I don't even know. I think that was my big one. I think my big one is the one that kind of, oh, here's one. I've got one. Here's a bigger flower. That's kind of cute. I might put that right there. I don't know. This is that's a daisy. I'm not sure if that actually goes. We'll see. I'll put it all together, and then if I need to change some out, I will do that. So I'll kind of go back and forth with some pinks and some darker pinks and see how that works out. And so when they start getting kind of closer in together, I don't want it to touch. So I use this and grab it by the stem and press it down, so they can get way down in there. And it's so hard to get your fingers in the center of these stems. So I will do that. And it smells so yummy. Because with the wax melts, you can add more fragrance than you can to a candle, because you don't have to worry about it burning and with the flame. So you don't have to worry about that. They just melt in the wax melter, and usually people do not melt these. And I am going to take this one out. I do not think that goes very well, although it's pretty. I do not think it matches with, and this is kind of interesting. I don't think I'll add that. I don't know. We'll see. It smells so good. Okay, so I will just add a little bit of, you can just see me make it here. And to be honest, I may even take out this large one right here, because I don't think that is fitting in here very well. So here are my pink ones. Just continue to go around, add a lot of these so that this bouquet is full. And I've noticed that this one, I'm not having that in the right area here. So let's put that one down here. So as you can see, it doesn't look like much, but once you start filling it, I'm going to add a few little of these baby's breath, and you'll see that, and this is where I really use this because I cannot get in there anymore. So I have added too many here, so I'm going to take some out. I'm going to fill with a few baby's breath here so that I can get in there a little bit better. And it fills it and makes it just a little bit more interesting, having a little bit of baby's breath in there. I also do some lavender. I think this is my lavender. I'm pretty sure. No, that's my baby's breath. My lavender is not here. So I might have to get some lavender. I also use this, by the way, too. I use all of these to fill. So we'll see what goes in there. I did have some pink, dyed pink baby's breath. I think I've used those up possibly. Those were kind of cute too. Okay, let's see. So, again, I'm just filling this up. And I'm going to take some of these. I got so excited about putting my flowers in here that I didn't realize I don't have my baby's breath in here. So let's go ahead and fill that up a little bit so that I don't have to go in between all my candle wax melts, flower melts, and put the baby's breath in there. So yeah, 75 card's been good. I don't think I have had a difficult time with it. I'm not saying 75 reset. It hasn't been difficult. Nothing has been difficult. I would say my difficulty now is just some variety in my Mediterranean diet. I'm getting tired of the same things. The first few couple weeks, I was like, yes, I love all of this. I could eat this every day, and I did eat it every day, which was sort of like I don't know, a mix of like some feta cheese and garbanzo beans and brown rice and quinoa and a little bit of chicken or fish and in that kind of bowl, and it's kind of got tiring. So that is getting a little tiring. So I really need my own personal chef. Whip up a Mediterranean meal for me, because that's where I need a little help. Okay, so I don't know why I just got so gung-ho on all of these little wax melts that I forgot to add all this. So sometimes I do it later, but this is such a small container. Okay, so I'm noticing that this will not go, if you can see that a little bit, it won't go below. I need to cut this better. Actually, I won't cut it, I'll just grab another one. So you get to watch me as I'm doing this. It can be boring sometimes, but maybe you made your own wax melt. If you've made your own wax melt bouquet because you've seen me do this, I'd love to know that. I know I've had some questions like, how much do you charge? How do you deliver them? And it's by hand. I cannot find a way to package these. I'm sure there's a way, but I have not found the way yet. Okay, so I'm putting these in here now, back in there, where they, hopefully the same hole I had them. Yeah. And then you'll see it's kind of filling up with the baby's breath. Get this in here. Makes it easier to assemble with this little cutter that I have. Let's see. Because you need a little bit of force to press down into there. So I can't get my fingers, once they start filling up, I can't get my fingers in between. So I use this, which makes it, oh, it's turning out nice. So what I'll do also, so I see how all the stems are showing. And listen, people don't care if the stems are showing. It doesn't matter, because I've given people a choice. I will put a ribbon around the kind of the top edge of that to cover the stems. And I've had people say, oh no, I don't want the ribbon. They'd rather just have the stem show, which is fine. You can also get green stems, but I've noticed that when you are putting the green stems in, if it ever gets too close to the very top, the green shows, and that's fine too. Some people don't care about that either. But I personally don't like the look of that, so I get just the natural wood stems, and I'm just kind of pressing this down a little bit. I'm also going to put a little bit, I believe I'm going to put some, I don't know, I'll put eucalyptus and see what it looks like. So, and by the way, this is used to clip them too. So I'll put some eucalyptus in some of the spots that may need a little bit of covering, and it makes it smell good too, by the way. If you have a little eucalyptus in there, it smells really good. Okay, I think this was so quick. You could just start having a lot of fun and putting other things inside of there. I don't know if I'll do that with this one because it's such a little small little bouquet. It's sort of like it is my mini bouquets. I make bigger ones, but I love this size. And it just smells, you put it in a little bathroom and it just smells so good. I do put a label on here as well. And I also put a warning of that it's a wax melt, because some people may not take the stems off or they might burn it. You don't know what people are gonna do, and a lot of people don't understand what this is. So what you do, you leave it as is. The fragrance, obviously, after a year, it's going to dissipate a bit. But if you want to, people don't usually do it, you can take each of these flowers off and put it in a wax melter. And that's the heat comes from below and it just melts it. So that's an option. You can do that. And I might put a few more baby's breath in here along the edge. If you start getting too crazy, then you won't make anything off of this because it takes so long to make. And then you're just adding. And pretty soon, you can't add past a certain point where people will not buy it. They're not going to buy that for $45. So I don't know what I'm selling this for yet, but it's such a small little bouquet. People usually don't take into account the time that it takes to make things, so you just kind of have to go with that. So I'm going to put a few more baby's breath, and I think that looks really good actually, with the baby's breath along the edge. And I'm working from this. Yeah, and it kind of fills it up. There's my dog again. That kind of fills up. I don't edit these either. Every now and then I'll edit, but if I do all that, I will not. Obviously, if I was looking to make money off YouTube, I'd make this a beautiful little edited video. But hopefully I get subscribers. I do love doing this so much. Of course I want subscribers, but I don't know if I want, I have a day job and a side job. Oh, that's looking so nice. I don't think the video does it justice. And because you really can't smell it. Smell-o-vision. Put a little bit there. Just kind of fill in those little gaps. And I may or may not put a ribbon, but you can see, if it's like this in a corner in a bathroom, you're not going to see the stems at all. Okay, so that's all I have. I hear my dog at the back door wanting to go out for the 100th time today. But that's all I have today. If you look right here, I do have like extras I've made. And unfortunately, there's been a couple that did not make it, and I'm so bummed about that one. So I don't think I would have put that in there anyway. I think it's too big. I try to place one large one in the center, depending on how big everything is. There's one large one in the center and then the small ones all along the edge. So altogether I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 flowers with baby's breath. That looks so beautiful. All right, so glad that you came along with me. And I hope to see you next time. And I don't know when the next video will be out, but hopefully that helps you in your crafting. And I hope you're doing 75 reset. If you have any questions about my reset, I'm on Instagram, Aspire Pilates and Fitness_Nutrition. That is me. And I put more daily videos on there in my stories than I put on YouTube. So see ya.